We're excited to give V-Teamers the chance to share in the value and success they've helped to create with the Verizon Special Award. Let's take a closer look at some key questions to explore the award in detail. Broadly speaking, how does the award work? On February 1st, 2018, eligible full-time employees were awarded 50 restricted stock units, also known as RSUs. Eligible part-timers were awarded 25 RSUs. And to comply with local laws, for eligible international employees, the award is in the form of a cash bonus that will track the value of the RSUs. The RSUs will vest over 2 years. 50% of the RSUs will vest on January 31st, 2019, and the remaining 50% will vest on January 31st, 2020. In general, this means that employees will need to be on the company payroll on each of the vesting dates in order for their RSUs to vest. What's a restricted stock unit? A restricted stock unit is a hypothetical share of Verizon stock, with a value equal to 1 share of stock. Over time, as the value of Verizon stock changes, whether it rises or falls, so will the value of the RSUs. When the RSUs vest, employees will receive a cash payment equal to the closing price of Verizon's common stock on the vesting date, multiplied by the number of applicable RSUs minus taxes. Since RSUs are not actual shares of Verizon stock, they do not earn dividends. However, so that employees can share in the value of dividends, RSUs will earn dividend equivalent units, or DEUs. DEUs will be credited to your RSU balance for each quarterly dividend declared after the February 1st, 2018 grant date and before the RSUs are paid. It's important to note that dividend equivalent units will only be paid for awards that ultimately vest. What's the value of my award? Because each RSU is equal to a share of Verizon common stock, the initial value of the award will be based on the $54.30 closing price of Verizon stock on the February 1st grant date. So because the closing stock price on February 1st was $54.30, the value of the award was $2,715 for full-time employees and $1,357 for part-time employees at the time of issue. On each vesting date, the payout value of your vested RSUs will be determined by multiplying the number of RSUs and accrued DEUs by the closing price of Verizon common stock on that date. So in general, if you're on payroll on January 31, 2019, you'll receive a cash payment shortly thereafter equal to 50% of the RSUs granted, plus the DEUs that accrued on those RSUs, based on that day's closing stock price. And if you're on payroll on January 31st, 2020, you'll receive a cash payment shortly thereafter equal to the remaining 50% of the award, plus accrued DEUs, based on that day's closing stock price. Based on the grant date stock price, this represents a total investment of more than $400 million in the V-Team worldwide. How do RSUs increase in value over time? Since the value of each RSU is tied directly to the value of Verizon stock, the total value of the award can increase in 2 ways. If our stock price grows, the value of each RSU grows, and dividend equivalent units will be calculated each quarter and credited to your RSU balance as additional RSUs. Let's take a closer look at how this would work for a full-time employee with 50 RSUs, based on an initial closing price of $54.30 and an estimated quarterly dividend amount of 59 cents, based on Verizon's most recent quarterly dividend. DEUs are calculated based on the closing stock price on the date dividends are paid, and then added as new RSUs each quarter. In this example, that would result in 52.21 RSUs at the first vesting date, half of which is paid out at that time. The process repeats during the second vesting period, resulting in a payout of 27.26 units. That's a total of 53.37 units, representing more than 3 additional RSUs and about $180 more than the original 50 RSU grant. The calculation would be similar for part-time employees, but starting with 25 RSUs instead of 50. The actual amount of DEUs credited will depend on the actual dividends declared by Verizon's board of directors. When and how will I get paid? Employees will receive payment as soon as administratively possible after each vesting date. Payments will be made through the regular payroll process, and applicable taxes will be withheld. International employees will be paid in local currency, and applicable taxes will be withheld based on local requirements. Am I eligible for the award? To be eligible, you must be actively at work on the February 1st, 2018 grant date. However, if you're on an approved leave of absence on February 1st, 2018 and do not return to work before January 31st, 2020, your award will not vest and you will not receive any payment under the award. Certain employees are not eligible for the award, including leaders who are director level and above at Verizon, OVP and above at O, and employees who are hired after the February 1st, 2018 grant date. The rules that determine if you are considered part-time or full-time will be based on the applicable definition in the country where you work, or for union-represented employees as defined under your collective bargaining agreement. If you leave Verizon before a vesting date, your reason for leaving will determine if you receive payment. If you voluntarily resign before a vesting date and are not retirement eligible, your award will be canceled and you will forfeit any unvested RSUs. And if you are terminated for cause at any time before the award is paid, you will forfeit any unpaid RSUs, whether vested or unvested. However, if you retire when you're retirement eligible, if you are involuntarily terminated without cause, such as a RIF, if you are an associate and you leave voluntarily as part of a surplus declaration, or if you separate from service due to death or disability, your unvested RSUs will vest and be paid on the originally scheduled payment date, to you or in case of death, to your estate. Where can I get more information? Verizon employees should visit About You, and Oath employees should visit The Street and search for Verizon Special Award. There you'll find more details about your award, including FAQs, related materials, and the most recent value of the award, which will be updated on the 15th of each month. The Verizon Special Award is a great opportunity for V-Teamers to create value for ourselves, our customers, and our shareholders. We're all owners of the business, so when Verizon wins, we all win together.